Where are you from?
Believe it or not, the Bronx.
Yay!
Yeah,
Why, believe it or not.
Ford train.
The Ford train? Do you know what hospital you were born in? You don't remember. You would know. I mean, if you didn't know, it's fine.
Probably some sanitarium.
Oh, really? Just talk close,
okay.
Because sometimes our sound is deceiving on the show. So you need to speak up.
I will.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so you're a poet?
No, I'm a writer. By day I'm a PR guy. By night I'm a writer. I do short stories. I've had a collection published in 2013 by Sock Monkey Press.
Good for
it's
you.
called Home Front.
All right.
Yeah. And got another collection that's being finalized now. And
now
we'll get into shape.
How many stories complete a collection?
I do about 13 to 15. The first one had 15. The second one has 13.
And so is it a book?
It's a book. You can your viewers can see it at online. www.therealnewyorkers.com or sockmonkeypress.com.
Cool. How fat is that book?
Excuse me?
How fat? How many pages?
It's fat. It's 215 pages.
Wow, 215. That's my brother's birthday.
Fantastic. And a lot of them they're pretty much all about the Bronx, right?
Oh, wow.
About 50% of the Bronx and all in the area. And, the idea is to tell the story of New York City then and now. New York is going through so many changes right now.
Absolutely.
And this neighborhood is, primo example. And a lot of it infuriates me. A lot of it infuriates a lot of people that I know that are like, what the hell happened to our city?
Well, what do you mean, like, what the hell happened? What do you think our city should be?
It should be scrolled back. I mean, the goal of the Bloomberg administration was to make sure that this was a luxury product.
Yeah.
It was going to be sold internationally as a luxury product, and that's why you got disasters like the building 157 on 57th Street that looks like a giant middle finger that you can see from 20 miles away. It's crap. And what has
I like your attitude.
And nobody lives there. It's all it's ghost condos.
Yeah.
And all throughout the Upper West Side, the Upper East Side, all through Manhattan, and into Williamsburg now.
And all these hotels.
It's a joke.
Who would ever have expected? What do you think of the Bowery?
They just house money here. It's like the Russian guys and the Chinese guys because they're afraid.
And I don't want to even say what other guys because.
We don't.
Yeah, those guys.
Those guys.
Those guys. Yeah, no, not those guys.
No, those guys.
No, those guys that have all the money.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the Donald with all this going on?
You know what? It's really, really sad, but I think it's in everybody's best interest to keep the Donald going because he's total clickbait for the media.
Yeah.
The media loves that shit.
And he loves it.
And he eats it up.
He's having the time of his life.
And they're going to sustain him until maybe the bitter end, and then something will happen and he'll explode. But right now, no one else has traction, and the Donald is page one, and everybody wants to keep him going.
Yeah. All right. So let's hear some of your stories because I'm curious to know the real truth.
It's the real truth.
All right.
Well, this is a story. It's the first part of a story that I wrote called "Kenny Swam the Hudson." It's from my new collection that is being submitted now. It's called, and that collection is called "A Shoebox Full of Money." And this story takes place in New York City a year after the so-called Summer of Love, way back when. So Kenny swam the Hudson. We waited for him through late August and into September, but he never came. All that summer, just 1 year after the so-called Summer of Love, hammocked between the end of high school and our freshman year of college, we laughed to think of the scenes we figured he'd gotten into. Our skinny, wild-ass school chum driving cross-country in a battered VW bus. Through mutual friends, we heard that he ended up in San Francisco, Flower Power Central. We heard he grew his hair long. We heard he was living with friends of friends of friends. And it's no wonder we were drawn to him. We may have been streetwise city kids, but we were provincial puppies. We were still tethered to the tier of the Bronx. A jump start in cars came easy for us, but navigating Manhattan, not so much. No wonder then that we eagerly awaited Kenny's tales, even as we got our information packs from freshman orientation, met our advisors, and registered for classes at Hunter College of the city of New York. We waited and waited for Kenny to return to join us at school, and then we waited some more. Somehow we all survived 3 years at DeWitt Clinton High School, the monolithic old boys public school that was Sparta to neighboring Bronx Science's Athens. We were a feeder school for Rikers Island, we joke. Kenny, Howie, Joel, Glenn, Eddie, Richie, Eric, and me somehow made it through and excelled in an environment where achievement had no currency, and only failure assured acceptance into the fraternity of men. And that's what happened back then when you were smart but a lousy test taker, or otherwise distracted. If you somehow didn't make Bronx Science or one of the city's ultra-competitive specialized schools, you ended up in places like Clinton. That is, a world where kids shopped open the bathroom, punched their teachers, and rioted with regularity. But to our credit, we happy few, somehow kept it together, maintained our class averages, excelled on our SATs, ripped through our regents, and earned those big fat acceptance letter envelopes that meant a chance for the type of career